Recently, I made a video talking about Power Rangers not being in production in 2024. It's going to be a very interesting one. I hope you have your drink of choice. Now, I know that people might be freaking out and talking about this and going like, oh my god, no, there's this, whatever. But maybe if there isn't anything in 2024, then maybe this is a good thing, and I wanted to kind of expand on this a little bit more and kind of really talk about it. So what could actually happen? Now, I think that when Cosmic Fury comes to an end, that Hasbro will sit down and think about everything for that entire year. I know that the Lightning Collection, because Josh has mentioned that the Lightning Collection is going to be going on in 2024. So again, they probably won't need to really think about that one apart from choosing which figures that they're going to do. I'm guessing that might be a very easy process to kind of go through. But the production side and everything going forward for Power Rangers, I'm guessing that they're going to be sitting down and thinking about things. Would they make more series like Once and Always? Will they make another season like Cosmic Fury? What is the ratings for Cosmic Fury? I don't know. It's not even out yet by the time of this video. If you know what it is, please let me know down below in the comments when we get there. Now, I think they are going to try and figure out how this brand is working. We know right now that it's not doing that well, and a lot of people can argue about this, but their investors call and stuff like that. I generally think that they don't know what they're doing. They call this an emerging brand or a new brand type thing that's still finding its feet. But if a brand hasn't been doing that and it's almost 30 years or 30 years to this day by the time of this recording of this video and when you're watching it, then why hasn't it been fully established? You know, we've had Bandai establish it. Bandai was able to do quite a bit of magic at times and obviously make it fail. But what has Hasbro not been able to figure out in this emerging brand? Because I find that a bit of an insult, and I think if I was the Power Rangers, I would be a little bit insulted, and maybe Saban might be a little bit insulted, and the head of Bandai might be a little bit insulted. I just want to know how you instantly feel that, and what can you do to make this better? Now, Netflix may order more episodes depending on how this is, and I think that Hasbro needs to kind of get in there and say, hey, we tried 10, it didn't work. We want to go back to at least 20, you know, do it that way, and then you have more. Rather than doing it, dropping it once, I think you should go back to releasing this weekly, because then you have something to do, you have something to watch and bring people back in. Because we know all of a sudden, as soon as you drop 10 episodes, people are going to do two things: watch it from all the way, binge it all the way, or just jump straight to the last episode to see what happens because it's accessibly there. I would release it weekly. That's what I would do. It makes people want it more and coming back every single week, and it makes things so much better. Then you move on to the planning stage. Do you adapt another Sentai like we've been doing for forever, or do we say goodbye to all the Sentai and produce what we need now? Once and Always showed that effectively you can build a 3D model, have that being built, and use that for fight scenes and basically mocap it. So effectively, someone's in that suit fighting as normal to get it looking a lot better. So effectively, you can just do away with all the Sentai footage and you don't need it anymore. Do you just focus on specials? Do you produce 2 specials a year? That's it, 1 a year, keep that going for a while. Go back through all the seasons that you've got right now to figure out what people like. Do you make In Space? Do you make Turbo? Do you make Operation Overdrive? Do you make Mystic Force? Do your market research to figure out what's the best. And obviously we know that they do look at everyone. They know that they look at videos, tweets on Twitter. That's really weird to say. Ranger Board. There's tons of stuff that they can look into and get feedback to see what works, what doesn't work. With the Lightning Collection, I'll quickly mention, work on the quality control. That's what people want right now. People want a decent product because people are getting sick and tired of how it all is, and me personally, I would like them to really look at the quality control. They did mention it at the live stream that they did a while ago, but I feel like now you really have to paying attention to this brand, because I think from the way that they were saying, and especially I think when Emily goes, from a legal sense, we have to say this and get it right. I think you're kind of wondering why people are getting a bit annoyed at all your products and how they're coming out, because I think people are getting a bit bored and you're losing money, so you're going to be focusing on that one for a while. So get your quality control completely under control, get a decent factory, put the money in, because even if you have to pass it on to your customers, people will buy it. We want a decent product. not a flimsy, shitty product. So yeah, I think that's going to be a thing that I'll focus on too. I also think kind of more transparency, some more communication with your actual target audience, the Ranger community. We want to know more. We don't want to be held like in the dark. We don't want to be kind of left there because you don't want to mention it because either you think yourselves as Marvel or something like that. And I feel like we need to know, like, we want to talk about it. There are plenty of people who will make videos, tweets, posts, share that information around. So be a bit transparent with us. Tell us something. Hell, like if you're going to do something at Power MorphCon 2025, what could you do? Very, very simple. Show us a sneaky slide. Show what you're going to do. Bring out the actors that you want, even if it's the same guys from Cosmic Fury. Guarantee we'll probably all be really, really happy. But right now, just sit down and work on it. I do kind of think having a year off might help the brand recover to figure out what they're going to do. I feel like if you have everything being planned for 2025, January 1st, 2025, you will instantly know what's going on straight away. You can hit the ground running. You can bring out all this stuff and say, hey, this is our year plan. This is what we are going to do. This is what we want to focus on, and kind of move it across and do everything straight away, because I feel like that's something that people want rather than, oh, we're not going to tell you, or, oh, how did that get leaked? I think another big thing you could easily do is sort your social media side out. You know, there are big events that happen in the world that, you know, they don't celebrate and they don't mention anything. And I think that kind of really hurts the brand. And I feel like if you have someone just sitting on the social media, even if they sit down and plan everything for a year to kind of get it out, do more YouTube clips, do more tweets, do more interaction, talk to the fans, interact. That's, I think, what you should do, because I feel like there is a ton of stuff that you could easily do right now that would make things so much easier, and kind of everyone would be really happy about it. I think working with a strategy of, say, hey, this is a brand new brand, we've never had this, we've just come up with the name Power Rangers, and work with it, like make this super strong. Because when I look at other brands like G.I. Joe, Transformers, you know, My Little Pony, everything like that, I feel like they're a lot stronger and that they have more people working on it. So why not get one or two people from those brands, move them across and say, hey, what can you do? Or, you know, hey, you've got some bit of time. Could you figure something out for us so we can do it? Or just get a dedicated team. Don't shift them around, because I know that you laid off a ton of people, which most of it came from the Power Rangers brand. But you kind of think that you would want to keep building to make one thing strong, because Hasbro, I know you like money. I really know you do. It would be easy enough for you to kind of make more money if you had people strong behind the brand. The reboot, focus on that. If that's your main thing right now, focus on the reboot for that entire year. If the writer's strike, you can do stuff, but focus on that. The marketing, the toys, everything. Bring out once and always toys that people are so badly wanting right now. If you have more stuff to come out, bring it out in 2025. Reboot this in a way that will make everybody want everything. I mean, we know the Lightning Collection is going to be still happening. That's a given. We know that 100%. But could you just imagine just having a very strong franchise and backing and making sure that you put all of it in there, rather than having this as a subpar product that you just didn't really want to buy? Hasbro, sort your shit out for this one. I think the main takeaway that I can kind of think of is stop treating this brand like it's boring or it's quirky or it's stupid, because at the end of the day, you bought the franchise, you saw something in it, so why aren't you utilizing everything? And why are you still calling it an emerging brand when, again, it's been 30 years and right now it's done a lot more? I don't want to keep repeating myself. So basically, make the brand stronger. Think if you're going to adapt Sentai or not, move on from Sentai or not, whatever you want to do. Produce better toys, look after your quality control. Just do so much more with this and actually put something behind it rather than treating like it's shit. And the fact is that you just want to sell it off, because again, the fandom will literally stand behind you, Hasbro, and they will buy stuff, they will give you money for the products, they will support, they will talk, they will give you your free marketing. But if you're going to treat the fandom like crap, then they're just going to leave it and your brand's not going to do very well. And again, you'll just focus on what makes you money, and Power Rangers will make you money. I mean, look at all the Lightning Collection figure stuff. You put some more time and effort into the main product line as well. You know, not just the Lightning Collection, do the main toy line. Yeah, again, Cosmic Fury is coming out. We've not seen any toys of the Zords. We've not seen any Morphers. We've not even seen the toy figures yet. what are you doing with this? What are you doing? We need this right now if you want to build up hype. Even if you have to take inspiration from Bandai of Japan when they produce stuff for Super Sentai. They have their toys out way before like it's actually aired. Okay, maybe like a month or two, maybe a month. But at least they have the toys out ready for when that series drops, people go buy it. And the fandom will literally support you if you bring all of these things out. You know, if you want to make multiple projects, you did this with Once and Always and obviously with Cosmic Fury. So you know that that's going to be well received. So why not do that? Film two things at the same time to kind of make it into 2025. So with closing this off, I feel like if you're going to take a year off, use that year to really like cement what you want to do with this brand. If you're literally here in 2025 and you're not even doing the bare minimum, then what are you even bothering with? So I'm going to leave it there. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think that Power Rangers really needs to pull their finger out? Hasbro, do they also need to pull their finger out when it comes to this? Do you think that if they had an entire year off that they would be able to do stuff? Or do you think it's just going to be a wasted time? Let me know down below in those comments. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this sort of content and you want to hear and see more, hit that like button, hit subscribe, turn on all notifications, and also if you want to check out the channel memberships, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. I want to say a big thank you to all my Patreon supporters, and I wanted to shout out Kimono Cat. Your help does go a long way to support the channel. And if you want to consider helping the channel, then links to my Patreon as well as the channel members are listed below.
あらあら、チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。